Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Think things are going well at this Phillies game, so you
Yeah,
know
yeah. The bats are finally waking up.
they are, and it's good to see
Yeah,
Andrew Painter just do his thing.
yeah. It's good to see Trey Turner get going.
hmm
Um, so welcome to episode 46 of the Dugout Report. I'm here with Sports Radio, uh, Phillies Sports Radio, 94.1 WIP's Jack Fritz, and I'm excited to talk to him about how the Phillies are starting their second half and trade deadline rumors looming with the Phillies, and things are heating up with a lot of things to talk about and more. So, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how the Phillies entered the second half of the season?
Well, it's been pretty brutal. 3-9, and heading into tonight, they had a -5 run differential. And the unfortunate part about the Marlins series is he felt like you kind of outplayed him for most of it. I mean, they went down early in the Wheeler game where he clearly didn't have it. They fought their way back, and unfortunately, like the second time all year, Joan Duran has blown a game and then didn't show up Wednesday, which was annoying for sure. But they did hit a lot of balls hard that day, and then man, having a 6-0 lead with Luzardo on the mound, that has to be a game
Hmm.
that you win. So yeah, it's been really annoying, but I think they're still a really good baseball team. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Hmm. What are your expectations now for the Phillies for the rest of the season?
Well, it sort of depends on the trade deadline. If they go out and make like only two moves, if they only get one bat and one bullpen arm, I think it's hard to envision them competing. But let's say they go out and get two bats, they get two bullpen arms and
Hmm.
a starting pitcher, and really push their chips in and use some of their prospects, then I think this could end in a parade down Broad Street. I think they still have that capability,
Hmm.
but they really need to shore up those holes. And if they do, I think they have a chance.
Hmm. What are your thoughts on Andrew Pino coming back from the minor leagues? And do you think that it's I don't know how to put it in words, but do you think it's like having do you think it's premature move for the Phillies to bring him up back up, or do you think that they are ready for him to explode with his pitching?
Well, before he pitched tonight, I said that it was
Yeah.
premature, and I thought it was organizational malpractice because I thought he had two really good starts, and I wanted him to build on that in the minor leagues. And I felt like this was a rush decision because they didn't have a better option, and I thought it could really, really harm his growth and harm his development as a starter. But I did think his last two starts in AAA there was really good signs of life, and tonight there was still some balls hit hard for sure, but I thought the fourth inning on where he retired 10 straight was a really, really good sign. And the biggest question they're going to have to ask is, can he be our fifth starter now for the rest of the
Hmm.
season, or is he someone that they use in a trade? I don't think they're eager to trade Andrew Painter, but you know how he pitched tonight. Maybe if they don't buy the fastball ever coming back, at least he pitched well, and they could showcase him, or pitch him there the rest of the year. The one thing that's going to be really tough is, does this take him out of the market for a starting pitcher at the deadline? I don't think it should,
Hmm.
but I think that's going to be something that is now being mulled over in the down in Baltimore this weekend.
Hmm. What are your thoughts on how the series down in Baltimore will go for the rest of the series? And what are your thoughts on the pitching matchups for the last two games of the series?
Yeah, I mean, when you have Wheeler and Sanchez, this has to be a series where you take two or three, especially because you are scuffling. Now we'll see how the rest of tonight goes. Kirkering is currently on in a two-run game, so that always makes you a little bit nervous. But yeah, I mean, Matt only said I think four times the other day down in Miami, just about how we're going to find out who we are.
Mhm.
And at least so far tonight, I think they battled. They got Young out of the game pretty early. I think he was at like 70 pitches, and in 4 innings. And he pitched after that, but it shows you that they were at least grinding some at bats out. So so far, as long as the night goes well, challenge accepted from Bradley and this team. But a lot of baseball left to play.
I know down in the lineup tonight, it's been a pretty light with offensive playmaking.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Bohm and Marsh not producing that much tonight? And do you think that this is just a move where they fire it up the next couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the bottom of the lineup; it's pretty remarkable that JT's hitting 6th. Now he hit the home run tonight, and he's been hot recently, but it's still pretty jarring to see. Rincones has given them absolutely nothing, and cannot be here by Monday. I mean, he has to. They got to find some alternative there. He can't play. And maybe it's Brian De Cruz, but I think they're going to go get a real bat out there. Stotts. I mean, Marsh has really been struggling, and it's a bummer. But you wonder if all those at bats against left-handed pitching maybe screwed up against right-handed pitching. Like he probably should just be a traditional platoon guy. And good for him for making the All-Star team. But I mean, his numbers post All-Star break and really kind of heading into the All-Star break were, they're starting to dip a little bit. And this is the fear with him, where you were kind of always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And he had been really good since May on of last year and the first half of this year. But I mean, a 28-year-old all of a sudden turning into a true all-star caliber outfielder feels like a bit of a reach. So for his sake, I hope he heats back up. For the Phillies' sake, I hope he heats back up. But if they can go out and get a right-handed hitting outfielder to kind of platoon with him and let him hit against right-handed pitchers, I think it's a pretty good plan going forward.
What are your thoughts on how Don Mattingly has been managing these games the past month or two, and what do you want to see better of him down the stretch?
Well, I think he's done a bad job with the bullpen and bullpen decisions, but I also don't think he has a bunch of guys down there that he feels like he can go and trust. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. I guess my thing with him would be, okay, if they go get you two bullpen pieces, real bullpen pieces, how does he work with those guys? And is it as questionable as it's been the last month and a half with the guys that he has out there right now? So, I think pinch hitting situations have been fine, even though it's American League Baseball now, so it's not like the hardest thing in the entire world how to manage one of these games. I think that there's been a good attitude adjustment with the team, but at the same time, they've really slipped to some of the fundamentals after what the first month and a half under Don Mattingly. It felt like they were crisp and clean and playing good baseball. They're going back to the old Phillies stuff that really sucks. So he is not guaranteed for me for coming back next year. And if the season ends today, even if they made the playoffs, I'm going to Alex Cora.
What are your thoughts on how the fans are calling in and talking about the Phillies? And do you think that the negative stuff is going to die down because of how ugly it's been at the start of the second half?
No, I mean, like they got to turn it around in order for the city to get off their backs a little bit. I think it's a passionate baseball city, but I don't know if it's always the most baseball literate in a way. So they just, everything is just magnified in a way to where it's almost discussed like a football team, and you can't do that in a 162 game season. I mean, we all get frustrated. I get frustrated, but I think I think people are so quick to just give up on them, which drives me nuts a little bit. I know they've won a World Series, but they won a lot of games, and hopefully they can win a World Series. But I think that the last couple of postseasons have really soured, the city on the team. Now I think the city's still interested in them. I mean, they are the most watched team in baseball. I think people are very interested in watching the Phillies, but I don't think that there's this overwhelming sense of belief in the Phillies.
Mm-hmm. What are your predictions on what the Phillies might do in the next 48 hours with the deadline approaching?
If I had to bet, I think they're going to get Dalton Varsho and Jeff Hoffman at a minimum. Bring
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hoffman back. He's owed $13 million next year. I think the Blue Jays want to get off that, and I think the Phillies want to save as many prospects as they can. So I think they'll do that and get another eighth inning guy to go with Bolin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think they'll get that. I think they'll get an outfielder in Varsho. And then we'll see on the starting pitching thing. I mean, I would like another starter, but we'll see if they can get that done. The priority for me is 2 bats and 2 bullpen arms.
Mm-hmm.
And, if they can add in another starter there, I'll take it. But I think they have a chance to add 4 or 5 players in this year's trade deadline. So, looking forward to it.
I saw a prediction of maybe Joe Adele from the Angels. What are your thoughts on possibly getting him?
So I'm pretty lukewarm on him, but at the same time, I think that you're never going to find the perfect candidate at this time around. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to take a chance on some guys, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to take a chance on flawed players and hope that they can just get hot for 2 months. Like Harrison Bader was a flawed player, and he got hot for 2 months, and who knows if he was healthy, how that postseason series kind of turns out. So, yeah, Adele smokes left-handed pitching, which is good. I think an Adele Marsh platoon would be good. The thing is, he might have to be your everyday right fielder. But 10 home runs on the road would suggest that, hey, maybe getting out of Angel Stadium would be beneficial for him. But he doesn't walk at all, and that's something that has kind of hurt this team. They don't have enough base runners, so he doesn't walk at all. There is some swing and miss. There is some chase, but on the surface, and he's not a very good defender, but he is a right-handed bat that can hit a home run, which is something this team does not really have. And it's not the end-all be-all, but it'd certainly be a fine move by this team. And if they want to platoon with Marsh, I think it's a good platoon option.
Mm-hmm. What other rumors out there are you hearing about the moves, the potential moves that the Phillies might make?
In the reliever department?
I'd be real, like offensively, like in the reliever department and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that they're focused on the outfield. I would be focused on trying to ship Bohm out and get another third baseman in here, even if it's for half a season, or there are some controllable guys out there if they wanted to. So outfield seems to be the priority. I would consider third base. The Neto thing won't really go away, but I guess I'll believe that when I see it. And then, reliever wise, I mean, Hoffman makes a lot of sense. Brazoban from the Mets makes a lot of sense. Brooks Raley from the Mets, I would love. Just another left-handed option. They trade AJ Minter the other day. Eric Miller is someone I think that they'd be interested in reacquiring. So the good part is there's a people say that there's not that much out there, but if they want to make deals, I think there are deals to be made. So I think it's gonna be an active deadline. They got a lot of holes, and I do think they have enough prospects to fill most of them.
What are your thoughts on the Phillies potentially catching up with the Braves, although the Braves are continuing to heat up offensively in the past few days?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I just want them to keep the division close and play competitive baseball down the stretch run. So 6 games is a good amount to overcome for sure. Now they got to 2 before the All-Star break, and the Braves were playing bad, so that's annoying. But I don't really care as long as they get the home wild card series. I'll take that. But I certainly don't have this infatuation or feel like they have to win the division here to go on a run, because they've done their best in the postseason out of the wild card spot. And when they won the division and had the bye, that's when they haven't done their best. So I will take just staying competitive, being in it, and hoping that we can get a home wild card series versus having to chase down the Braves.
Mm-hmm. What's your prediction for the next two series for the Phillies after Baltimore?
Well, it goes Nationals, and then is it Cardinals after the Nationals?
Yeah.
Well, the Nationals, they're in a weird spot, and I'll be curious to see where they're at after the trade deadline, because obviously I think they're in a mode of still building for the future rather than like going for it all right now. I'll see where their bullpen's at, because had they won 3 or 4 down there, and there was a lot of comeback wins in that series, and if they shore up their bullpen, who knows how that series kind of goes. So yeah, I mean, the Nats have been frisky all year. I wonder if some of the trades take some of the friskiness away, but I think that they are building, and I think they're going to be a really, really good team in the 2030s. And then, yeah, the Cardinals have kind of fallen off. I'd be curious to see, again, what they look like after the trade deadline. But, for me, it's just they have to start playing better baseball. And if they play better baseball, they will take care of whoever is in front of them. And they're not going to rip off 10 straight, but, start winning series.
Mm-hmm. What are some what top prospects do you think the Phillies were most willing to part with in the big trade, possibly in the next couple of days?
Well, I think Gage Wood's a possibility. He might get moved. I think that, I think Brian Rincon probably gets moved. I think really almost anyone is on the table, really, besides Francisco Renteria. And I don't think they want to move Aiden Miller, just because I think that's a sell low spot, and I think they still believe in him long term. But yeah, I think the main guy that they want to make sure they protect is Francisco Renteria, and then the other guys, it's kind of dependent upon what the deal is. I don't think they're looking to give anyone away, but I certainly think that they, if there's a needle move to make, I think that's where a Gage Wood becomes a possibility, and some of their higher level guys to go out and make this team better. But I do not think they're heading into this deadline looking to trade one of those guys, and I think they're looking for 4 to 5 fringe guys rather than one kind of push your chips all in and go win it.
What's your prediction for tomorrow's game?
I mean, it should be a win. They have one of their best pitchers on the mound. They're facing a team that's kind of Now, they did blow tonight's game, so vibes are probably going to be pretty low. They need to right the ship, but we really need one of those aces to kind of step up and take the bull by the horns here and do their job.
I guess we'll see what happens in the next couple of days, and appreciate your time for coming on. I know that it's been busy for you with being on radio station on 24/7, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Of course, man. Anytime. And thank you for having me.
I'm definitely looking forward to staying connected throughout the season.
For sure.
Okay, have a good night.
You too.
Let's hope for a good comeback win.
Need it.
Yeah. Okay, talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.